Hello students, welcome to Affairs Cloud. My name is Vikas. We have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through Play Store. Once you have downloaded the application, you will be able to easily log in using your Gmail ID. Once you have logged in, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting this UI and there will be option for home, all courses, my courses and doubt section. On this application, you will be getting multiple PDFs, multiple content on daily basis that will be enhancing your learning. Our first segment is daily current affairs. We make sure to provide you current affairs on daily basis in both English as well as in Hindi content. The PDFs for the same are uploaded on our application, and apart from this, we also make sure to provide you with quizzes that will help you to revise the content after you have gone through the PDF. Next comes our weekly content. The content is also provided in both English as well as in Hindi, and here we also make sure to provide you quiz also of that past week's current affairs that will be enhancing your learning, as it is a compilation of the important topics, important MCQ questions for the last week. Similar for the monthly, the PDFs are very important. They provide you insights of various topics, as well as we also make sure to provide you the quiz of monthly questions that are very important for learning. Next, we also provide you with important PIB articles on daily basis so that you can go through these articles and have an insight about that particular topic. Not just this, we also make sure to provide you important events that are happening globally and make sure to give you the right analysis. One of the most important segment of our application is that we make sure to provide you with the correct exam analysis. When you are having exam, we make sure to provide you with previous year questions so that the student can go through the exam pattern and the syllabus and can prepare the exam accordingly based on the pattern. After the exam, we also make sure to provide you with the exam analysis. Then for the students who are preparing for state exams, they will be also beneficial here, as we will make sure to provide with state-wise current affairs for them. Apart from this, we also make sure to cover the topic-wise current affairs such as your national affairs, government schemes, international affairs, banking and finance, economy and businesses, as these are the topics from which the examiner definitely asks the question, and these are covered on the monthly basis. So friends, do check our application. It will be a one-stop solution for learning. Apart from this, friends, Careers Cloud is hiring. We are looking for candidates for subject matter experts in quants, reasoning and English, and also we are looking for a content creator for current affairs topic on daily basis, weekly basis and monthly basis. There is also an opening for a person who can translate the English content into Hindi. If you want to apply, you can scan the code here for further details, or you can go to the description and click the link below. These positions are available both in full-time and freelance for serious candidates. Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic appointments and resignation for Feb month. Session will be quite interesting, so do pay attention till the end. Let's start. First question is, which of the following personalities have been appointed as full-time members of the 16th Finance Commission by the President of India Draupadi Murmu ma'am in January 2024? So, which of the following personalities have been appointed as the full-time member of the 16th Finance Commission? Who all are they? Niranjan Radaksha, Ajay Narayan Jha, and Annie George Matthew. All three of them have been appointed as the full-time member of the 16th Finance Commission. And these are the full-time members, three full-time members. But remember, there is one part-time member. What is the name of that part-time member? Soumya Kanti Ghosh. Right? Next, who has been recently appointed as the 9th chairman of the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India TRAI for a period of 3 years? So Anil Kumar Lahoti, right? He has been appointed as the 9th chairman of TRAI. What is the term, or we say tenure? It is of 3 years. He will succeed whom? He will be succeeding PD Waghela. He succeeded Piggy Waghela. Next, which small finance bank recently appointed Harun Rashid Khan as their part-time chairman? It is AU Small Finance Bank, right? It has appointed HR Khan as their part-time chairman. He will succeed whom? He will be succeeding Raj Vikas Verma. Raj Vikas Verma. Correct. HR Khan will be replacing Raj Vikas Verma. Correct. Next, in Jan, Sultan Ibrahim Ibn Al-Mahrum Sultan Iskandar was sworn in as the 17th king of which country? So he is the 17th king of Malaysia. 17th king of Malaysia. Correct? Take a note of this. Next, who was recently appointed as the Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court? So P.S. Dinesh Kumar. P.S. Dinesh Kumar was appointed as the Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court. He succeeded whom? He will be succeeding. Tell me, who he will be succeeding? Next, Jay Shah was reappointed as the President of the Asian Cricket Council for the dash term. So Jay Shah, he was appointed or he was reappointed as the President of the Asian Cricket Council for the third consecutive term. Right option is option 1. Next, name the personality who has recently appointed as a brand ambassador of Boot. So very famous actor Ranveer Singh has been appointed as a brand ambassador of Boat brand. Correct? Next, who has recently been sworn in as the Chief Minister of Jharkhand? So Champai Soren has been recently sworn in as the new Chief Minister of Jharkhand. Correct? And this was after the resignation of the former Chief Minister of Jharkhand. That is, who was the former Chief Minister? Hemant Soren. Correct? He gave resignation and now Champai Soren is the new Chief Minister of Jharkhand. Next, in Feb, Radha Raturi became the first women Chief Secretary of which state? So, Radha Raturi, she became the first woman Chief Secretary of Uttarakhand state. Correct? And remember, Pushkar Singh Dhami, who is the Chief Minister of Jharkhand, appointed Radha Raturi, a 1988 batch IAS officer, as their 18th Chief Secretary, and she became the first women Chief Secretary of Uttarakhand state. Next, who has recently sworn in as the interim president of the Republic of Namibia? Ngolo Umba, correct, has been sworn in as the interim president of the Republic of Namibia. And this was after the death of the incumbent president Hage Geingob on 4th of Feb 2024. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Goodwill Ambassador for Education for All by UNESCO? So right option here becomes Vinicius Junior. Correct? Vinicius Junior has been appointed as the Goodwill Ambassador for Education for All by UNESCO. Correct? And he became the second Brazilian footballer after Pele to be appointed as the UNESCO's Goodwill Ambassador. Next, who has recently appointed as the Managing Director of National High Speed Rail Corporation Limited? Right option is option 2. Vivek Kumar Gupta has been appointed as the MD of National High Speed Rail Corporation Limited. He will succeed whom? He will be succeeding Rajendra Prasad, who served as the Managing Director since July 2022. Next, in Feb, Dr. Ahmad Awad bin Mubarak was appointed as the Prime Minister of Dash country. So he was appointed as the Prime Minister of Yemen. And he replaced whom? He replaced Dr. Main Abdullah Malik Said, who served as the Prime Minister of Yemen from October 2018 to Feb 2024. Next, who has recently been appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Tata AIA Life Insurance Company Limited? So H. Venkatachalam Iyer. I repeat, H. Venkatachalam Iyer has been appointed as Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Tata AIA Life Insurance Company Limited. He will take over from the current, that is Naveen Tahiliani, who has been elevated as a non-executive director of Tata AIA Life Insurance Company. Next, in Feb, Naib Armando Bukela Ortiz was re-elected as the president of which country for the second consecutive term? So, Naib Armando Bukela Ortiz was re-elected as the president of El Salvador for the second consecutive term, and he became the first Salvadorian president to win the two consecutive elections. Next, who has recently appointed as the MD, that is Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of LIC Mutual Fund Asset Management Limited. So, who has been appointed as the MD and CEO of LIC Mutual Fund Asset Management Limited? So, the right option here becomes, tell me, option 2, Rajiv Kumar Jha. Correct? And he is also designated as a key personnel for the schemes of LIC Mutual Fund. Moving on. In Feb, Dash was appointed as the Secretary of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, while Sanjay Jaju was appointed as the new Secretary of Dash Ministry. So, who was appointed here? Apurva Chandra was appointed as the Secretary of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, while Sanjay Jaju was appointed as the new Secretary of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, that is MIB. Right option becomes option 1. Next, in Feb, Olzas Bekhanatov became the youngest Prime Minister of Dash country. So, Olzas Bekhanatov became the youngest Prime Minister of Kazakhstan. He became the youngest Prime Minister of Kazakhstan. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Asian Development Bank's Country Director for India? Mio Oka. Mio Oka has been recently appointed as the ADB's, that is Asian Development Bank's Country Director for India. Next, who has been the first civil servant to be appointed as a brand ambassador for Fit India movement in Feb 2024? So, Narendra Kumar Yadav, right, he became the first civil servant to be appointed as the brand ambassador for Fit India movement in Feb 2024. Right. Next, who has recently elected as the 72nd president of the Central Council of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, that is ICAI. So, 72nd president. Right option is Ranjit Kumar Agarwal. Correct. He became the 72nd president of Central Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. And he succeeded whom? He succeeded CA Aniket Sunil Talati. Correct. And he served for the term 23-24. Correct. And who has been appointed as the vice president here for the term 24-25? Vice president will be CA Charanjot Singh Nanda. Correct. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court? So, Nilay Vipin Chandra Anjaria, correct, has been appointed as the Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court. Next, Ilham Aliyev was re-elected as the President of Dash country for the 5th consecutive term. So, he was appointed as the President of Azerbaijan for the 5th consecutive term. Next, Ashish Vijayakar was appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Dash Bank. So, Ashish Vijayakar was appointed as MD and CEO of SBM Bank India. Correct, of SBM Bank India. He succeeded whom? He succeeded Siddharth Rath. Correct. Next, Indian cricketer Shubman Gill was named as the state icon of Dash state. So, he was named as the state icon of Punjab state. And the aim moves to increase the voter awareness, thereby ensuring a voter percentage of 70% in their upcoming election. Next, which bank has recently reappointed KVS Manian as the joint managing director? So, it is Kotak Mahindra Bank, right? It has reappointed KVS Manian as the joint managing director. Next, Prabowo Subianto is said to be sworn in as the 8th president of which country on 20th of October 2024? So, Prabowo Subianto is said to be sworn in as the 8th president of Indonesia on 20th of October 2024. And he will replace whom? He will be replacing Joko Widodo. Correct. Next, who has been recently appointed as the MD and Chief Administrative Officer of World Bank Group? So, right option is Wenkai Zhang, right, has been appointed as the MD and Chief Administrative Officer of World Bank Group. Next, in Feb, Feliti Penitala Tio is said to be sworn in as the 14th Prime Minister of Tuvalu. I repeat, Feliti Penitala Tio is said to be sworn in as the 14th Prime Minister of Tuvalu. And it is the first time in Tuvalu that Prime Minister has been nominated unopposed. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Vigilance Commissioner in the CVC, Central Vigilance Commission? So, Samir, I repeat, the right option is here is Aruta S. Rajiv. Aruta S. Rajiv has been appointed as the Vigilance Commissioner in CVC. Correct. Apart from this, remember, he served as MD and CEO of Bank of Maharashtra from December 2018 till now, currently till Feb 2024. Next, name the personality who is said to be appointed as the chairman of British Broadcasting Corporation with effect from 4th of March. So, Samir Shah, right? He is the personality who is said to be appointed as the chairman of the BBC with effect from 4th of March 2024. Next, in Feb, Vijay Shekhar Sharma resigned as a part-time non-executive chairman and board member of which payments bank? So, it is of Paytm Payments Bank. Next question, who has been recently elected as the president of the International Court of Justice for 3 years? So, Nawaf Salam of Lebanon has been appointed as the president of International Court of Justice and the term here is of 3 years. Next is in Feb, Alexander Stubb was elected as the 13th president of which country? So, he was elected as the 13th president of Finland. Right? So, these are your important current affairs for appointments and resignation. Now, friends, let's move to some revision part that will be very beneficial for your learning. Next question is, in December, Ministry of Finance imposed a definitive anti-dumping duty on imports of wheel loaders from dash country for a period of 5 years. So, Ministry of Finance, they imposed a definitive anti-dumping duty, that is a tax on imports of wheel loaders from China, correct, and it will be for a period of 5 years. The duty rates, that means here your interest, correct, or we can say they will be charged ranging from 18.84% to 82.71%. This will vary upon the producer and goods. For different types of goods, the percentage here will be different. And this duty will be applicable on the imports of complete build unit, right? That is fully built unit will be, this duty will be on that, correct? First thing. Second, on the semi knockdown forms and not completely knockdown forms, correct? Take a note of this. So, Ministry of Finance, they imposed a definitive anti-dumping duty on imports of wheel loaders from China for a period of 5 years, and the duty rates here will be 18.84% to 82.71%. That will depend upon the producer and the goods, and these goods will be basically your CBU goods, that is your completely built units. Next, as of Jan, Dash State is set to build India's first artificial intelligence city to promote the AI ecosystem. If we talk about AI is your artificial intelligence. When was the first time we came to know, or by which product we came to know about artificial intelligence? That is your ChatGPT. ChatGPT was launched by OpenAI. Who is the CEO of OpenAI? Sam Altman. Right now we are talking about another AI software engineer or AI software developer, that is Devin. This Devin launched by Cognition Labs. Question asked here is that which state is set to build India's first AI city to promote the AI ecosystem? So UP will be setting up, UP is the state that will be building India's first AI city, and which the city it will be? It will be Lucknow. India's first AI city will be in UP, and which city it will be? It will be Lucknow. Lucknow will be the first artificial intelligence city, and the UP government will provide almost 40 acres of land for this project. Next, name the extremist or insurgent organization of Northeast region that recently signed a memorandum of settlement, that is a peace contract with the government of India and Assam. So, which is that insurgent group? It is your United Liberation Front of Assam, right? They have recently signed a peace treaty or peace pact. It was with the government of India and Assam state, correct? Along with United Liberation Front of Assam, they signed this peace treaty with government of India and Assam state, right? Take a note of this. This is important. And here 29 member delegation of this United Liberation Front of Assam. Among these, 16 ULFA members and 13 civil society members signed this peace treaty in the presence of Amit Shah, who is our Home Minister. If we talk about this United Liberation Front of Assam, this is the oldest insurgent group, right? It is the oldest insurgent group in the state of Assam. It was formed in April 1979 after the agitation against the undocumented immigrants from Bangladesh. Next, which country's Lamdong province along with the Leh region of Ladakh? India has recently launched a cultural exchange and tourism cooperation initiative with the theme Ladakh Unveiled. So, which country's Lamdong province along with the Leh region of Ladakh in India has recently signed a cultural exchange and tourism cooperation initiative with the theme Ladakh Unveiled? It will be Vietnam. Correct? So, Lam Dong province, this is in Vietnam, correct? And Leh region of India, they recently together signed a cultural exchange and tourism cooperation initiative, and the theme for this was, you have to remember this theme, Ladakh Unveiled, right? Where was this signed? Location where was this signed? It was signed in Da Lat, that is in Vietnam, correct? And it was mutually agreed by both the parties to promote each other's unique destinations as a premier tourist hub, and also to work towards the culture exchange, as tourists will be moving from one country to other country, that is between India and Vietnam, and also tourism cooperation initiatives, right? So tourism will also be boosted here. Next, the Ministry of Heavy Industries extended the PLI scheme for automobile and auto components by dash year with partial amendments. So, Ministry of Heavy Industries, they extended the PLI scheme. PLI is your product linked incentive scheme, and under this PLI scheme, the government is giving incentives to on the production of various products, right? And here remember, these incentives will be provided to these manufacturing units only when they complete a specific or they touch a specific quota that will be provided to them. So Ministry of Heavy Industries, they extended this PLI scheme for automobile and auto components by which year? So they have been extended by 1 year with partial amendment, right? And why amendments? This is to provide clarity and flexibility under this scheme, and the incentive disbursement will be made in the subsequent financial year of fiscal year 25. Next, DRDO celebrated their Dash Foundation Day or Raising Day on 1st of Jan 2024. So DRDO celebrated their 66th Foundation Day or Raising Day on 1st of February, right? On 1st of February. So DRDO, it was established in 1958, and this year in 2024 it was the 66th Foundation Day of DRDO, right? It was observed on 1st January, right? Take a note of this. Next, which state has recently recognized as the petro capital of India? So which is the petro capital of India? It is Gujarat. Gujarat is known as the petro capital of India, and RIL Jamnagar Refinery, that is Reliance Industries Limited's Jamnagar Refinery Complex, is the largest and most complex single site refinery in the world. Apart from this, remember, 2 semiconductor manufacturing plants will be coming up in Gujarat, and 1 manufacturing plant will be in Assam that will be set up with the help of Tata. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairs Cloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.